Stephen. Thank you for sharing the idea that even though we were constrained this year, you tried something new and it brought a whole different level of experience for you and your family.
Yeah, I think one of my biggest concerns was having a daughter who's only 1.5, and sort of last Christmas, she was sick for last Christmas, so we didn't really have, the get-together. Christmas was already canceled, and then this year, of course, we were very excited for her, and she doesn't understand, what it's supposed to be like, but she certainly got the idea that, it's a lot going on, and she certainly, by the end of it, she certainly figured out how to open presents, right? And so just seeing, I think my biggest concern is that she grows up not knowing the way things were, right? And so I think that me not had really appreciated Christmas before, it's like, oh, now you have the sense that you might not have it again in the same way. And so maybe we have to recreate it in a new way and still have it be exciting, where she's seeing some of those. It's a ritual where she really does see people, the aspect of gifting, right, to people in need, which is one of the good principles of Christmas.
Oh, I can really see it. The tree in the front yard and the table with all the gifts, and they were going and people were interacting. Sounds beautiful. Yeah, I mean, people interacted from a distance, but I mean, you can still see a smile and give a wave, and you can tell you can really get a true feedback from what your impact on the world. The other part that I can appreciate is, as a dad and a new dad, that excuse me, it was important for you, and it must feel great, like you're describing, that it happened.
Yeah.
It was different, but we're all kind of reflecting as well, like you're in the same sort of place, just thinking about what to do for Christmas for your daughter. Did you find yourself feeling anxious?
Oh, did I find myself feeling anxious? No, I felt very motivated overall. I think that was the overwhelming feeling, was that I was very motivated. So there's a level of anxiety, of course, when you don't really know how something is going to be received. And it was sort of spontaneous, and sometimes you can overthink things and certainly talk yourself out of things. But I think generally we all have an instinct that if we go with, that it's going to work out.
It turned out really beautifully. And I'm sure it will be a memory for your daughter and for you. Will you do it again next year?
I think so. Yes, I think that that sort of means like, well, where do you start? It starts with an idea, and then you sort of like everything sort of has its season, right? That it repeats itself, and so you can actually build on something that you start small, and it can be become your tradition or your ritual. And in this idea is that we're creating, I think in all rituals you create this sacred space where people understand the rules that are inherent in this space. And so as that ritual builds, people have a common understanding. They don't need signs telling them what to do. Is that, we see this in all sorts of, in the religious sense too, where the people, they go to a sacred space and they, they maybe move their body in a certain way, or they say a certain repetition of words, right? Or maybe they gather in a certain formation. And everyone who's taking part, I think that the more that they understand the intention behind the ritual, which is maybe so much that we got lost, and it's this idea that like, hey, in this place we're going to gather, and we're all going to play by the same rules. We all understand how we're going to go about this, and that becomes the shared experience where there's no chaos, there's order in the ritual, and maybe that sort of sanctifies the space. And with the tree, it's like this idea that like, here's a place where you can leave a gift, and somebody can take a gift, and understand that that's not, say, stealing, right? Right? We don't even have to say, well, there's no exchange of funds required in the space. The space is, it's got your name on it.
So could I equate ritual with creating sacred space in it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And there's a reverence and understanding, and it's something people can plan for and look forward to.
I think it's really important that people do that in their houses. Actually, when I think of the place where I live, is that the place where you dwell or spend most of your time should be your place of zen. It should be your place to escape from a world of chaos and unpredictability. It should be a place of certainty. And when you have a place of certainty, you can really build on that, right? So you have certainly, like say in a relationship, you know, you're not out there constantly wondering if this person's going to continue on their plan with you or you're going to continue on their plan with them. It's like you have this uncertain space, right? It's not viewed as sacred, and maybe that's where the sacred idea of marriage comes in, is that you've now sort of sanctified, you know, your commitments in a way that says, well, now I'm going to create so much future certainty for both of us that we can maybe